Is your woman constantly stepping it up into her masculine energy because she feels a lack of it from you? In this video, I'm going to reveal to you why women step up in their masculine energy in their relationships full time, how it impacts them, and also what that means for you. Let's dive right on in. Thank you for watching and welcome to the channel if you've never been here before. This is a big topic, I think, this day and age, because obviously women are, making more money than men. Women are out there working and getting theirs. Boss babe was a really popular term in the last few years. But what's happening is this is coming from a deeper place for some women, a lot of women who naturally fall into their masculine energy and then like kind of like really stay there and then bring that home to you. The thing is, I can really speak for myself and like studying this a bit, but one reason why women step into this is because they lacked receiving that masculine energy from their soul caregiver, whether it was their father or somebody that was supposed to be there represented as their father. And they never really got it. And maybe they only received it from, their mother having to go back and forth between being a mother and a father. So if a woman that you met maybe was raised in a single parent household, even if it was for a short bit of time and the parent got remarried like my mother did. So it can be from things coming like that, her childhood experiences. And what happens when a woman experiences that lack of masculine energy and direction at a young age, she tends to take on her own inner masculine, because that's the only masculine energy she can trust. That's the only masculine energy she feels safe in. And like I said, if she's coming from a single parent household where the mom took on the masculine role too as the father, and then switching back to being a mom, that was modeled for her. Or maybe the mother, maybe she came from a two-parent household, but the mom had taken on a big masculine role. Maybe she was the breadwinner in the marriage, and the woman you're in a relationship saw that as an example being raised. So that is what she wanted to model as she grew up. It was the example she's always around. It can come from things like that, or throughout her life, she's disappointed by romantic relationships, former partners that she's had. And these things stack up over time. And so she realized that she can't trust the masculine. It's always disappointing. And the only masculine energy that makes her feel safe, that she can really trust, that is actually going to protect her from things in the outside world, is her really expanding and stepping up into her own masculine energy. And women, I can speak for myself, someone who stepped up into that big time a lot throughout my years, that was instantly brought into my romantic relationships, and I was very highly unaware of it. It can stem from those types of things. Basically, her distrust in the masculine, her distrust in someone to actually lead the relationship and lead and steer her, in the correct direction. Women then feel deeply connected to that masculine energy where it becomes on automatic and it's hard to switch over into the feminine. Examples of that could be, if your woman is the breadwinner in the relationship, she handles all the finances. That can be an example and a representation of her always being in her masculine and bringing that into the household. She gives you unsolicited advice. The extreme of it is she wants to mother you. She wants to be, like a mother type figure. So she wants to handle everything in the household. And she wants to even handle you in that way, from telling you what to wear to telling you how to act. And I know that can be deeply emasculating in a lot of ways. But if you are settling back, allowing it, then that's also an issue as well. And you want to be mindful of that, because now if it goes to the extreme, like she's mothering you, she almost feels like she just has an additional adult child living in the house. And that could also influence how the polarity is going. And I always talk about this a lot because the polarity keeps the sexual tension going in the relationship. The polarity is the dynamic between the both of you within your masculine and feminine energies. And if it starts to be introverted, where now you're being more passive and you're feminine, constantly letting her lead, and she's being more masculine, then you're naturally going to go into those roles, and it's going to down the line create issues. Some of the issues could be things like she is highly stressed, highly stressed, because now she has a lot on her plate to manage, not just in work and her career, and maybe if you have children too, running that part of the household, but also just in general taking care of you and running everything and wanting to control everything. That's another result. She becomes very controlling. But the other effects of that is her being highly stressed, naturally getting burnt out, because women, if we're going and doing, we have a 28-day cycle. So that's naturally going to burn us out, create chaos hormonally, possibly, if we're constantly in this energy for years upon years. I've experienced that, just a lot of burnout. Also, being more rigid, even cold and guarded, being more rigid, like, no, it needs to go this way, my way, or the highway, being highly disciplined, like, this is how it's always been done, this is how it needs to be done, and this is how it always worked, so we're gonna stay with this plan. Even constantly planning, over planning. And then that can, like I said, affect her mood, where then it can affect her sexual libido. Maybe she dries up, when you two are in an intimate sexual experience together, or maybe she just wants to race and get to the result, right? Have the orgasm, have you come, and then just be over it, roll over, and just be like, okay, we're done. Like, let's go to bed. So things like that, and that's creating a big impact for her, maybe on a deeper level that you have no idea about. This could create a lot of tension, and I'm not going to say imbalance, but lack of harmony between you two. And if this is causing you stress or making you feel like, wow, where is my role in this relationship? Well, then that's the whole point of this video, so you can understand what it's creating inside for her if she's not expressing it to you. Also, at a point, she's doing all of this too because she doesn't trust that you can lead. So you would need to start stepping up to do that. And I talk about that in the last video I just put out, about what you can do if you are tired of attracting and being in a relationship with a dominant masculine woman, and how to flip the script on that. But it's going to require you to step up in your masculine energy. And I talk about steps of how to do that in that video. So I'll link it below. But it's going to require you to step up in your masculine energy. It's going to require you to show her that you can take the lead, and it's going to require you to change letting her take the lead and being okay with that. And that is going to require you to change some things in your own life, right? Connecting with other men who are masculine, who are healthy representations of that, may take you having to go out beyond your current friend group, or to create some new friends who carry that energy, and things like that. So I had that in that video if you want to watch it. What this means for you, again, is this is an opportunity for you to turn this around. If you want to stay in this relationship, you may be married, you may be in a long-term relationship, you may be in a new relationship and notice this is happening already. What it means for you is that you get really honest with yourself and really honest with her, so that you can turn all of this around. And you get really honest with yourself of identifying if you want to stay in this relationship with her because you care about her, you love her, etc. Or if you don't want to stay in the relationship with her, one, establish that. And if you do, start to flip the script of you stepping up into your masculinity, so that she can then fall back and relax into her feminine. And I want to read you two passages from David Data's book, The Way of the Superior Man, because he talks about this and how it deeply affects relationship. I highly suggest that book. No, he's not paying me to promote his books. Chapter 31. So he writes, if she can't trust you with living your life from your deepest wisdom and fullest capacity, she can't trust you with her life. She can't trust your masculine impeccability. So she naturally will compensate by overdeveloping her own. She is not only being masculine for herself, now she's being masculine for you. If she's got to remind you of the job interview or the mess in the garage, she's supplying the masculine direction for the both of you. And this results in stress, which I just said. Her body will begin to show it. She will become less radiant and less relaxed in her feminine power and glory because she has to compensate for your failure. Now, he calls it failure. I'm calling it she has to compensate for you deciding to be passive and deciding to fall back instead of stepping up and be like, I'm going to help you with this. I got this. I can do this. And it's a deep lack of trust there in your capability to do it. And it'll give you a different perspective on why she decides to take the lead. So he writes here, if you want your woman to be able to relax into her feminine and shine her natural radiance, then you must relieve her of the necessity to be in charge. This doesn't mean you need to boss her around. It means you need to know where you are heading and how you are going to get there in every way, including financially and spiritually. If you have the slightest uncertainty or ambiguity about your financial future, your woman will feel it. You don't have to say anything about it. She'll feel your doubt. That's just to give you an idea. And this, like I said, this can be highly stressful for most women because usually they've taken it on throughout the years, probably before they even met you. But it's something that they're used to doing and they've gotten actually good at it. Want to step it up, like Dieda said, like I said. And, you can't fix her. But one thing I love that GS Youngblood said, he wrote The Masculine in the Relationship. Throughout this book, he basically says, you may not be the problem, but you are the solution. And I'm going to piggyback on that saying, you may not be the core problem. Like, obviously, her taking on her masculine energy like this could have stemmed, like I said, from childhood, but you are part of the solution, not fixing her. She has to do her own inner, deeper healing around this. But you are a part of the solution because if you continue to stay laid back and passive, then the relationship is going to continue on the course that it's at right now. But if you change your ways and step it up and show her that you can be a leader, that you can be a provider, that you can honor your masculine energy and really lead and work and live life from that place, because that is your core essence, that is your core energy, then she can trust you. But you're going to have to show her this. It can't just come from words. Women look and observe actions and consistency mean a lot to us. So you would need to step that up to start to change the dynamic of everything in the relationship. And that's how you're part of the solution. I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope this gave you some insight. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, comment below and let me know your insights and thoughts. You can like it, push that thumb button, and of course, there's always an opportunity for you to subscribe. If you like what I'm throwing down in these videos and you want more of it, subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you in the next video. Ciao.